What is up, everybody? Furious Nation, Pyro Productions,
Whoop.
and Eric of Top Podcast in the house here tonight for the Raw post show coverage right here on YouTube. Furious Nation Hardcore Sports. It is May the 12th, Monday, 2025. We are on the road to
Yes.
Money in the Bank, going
Ooh, my
into
favorite time of year.
the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. How are we doing, guys?
Oh man, I had a funny day at work, I'll tell you that much. I almost killed a bird
What?
without any stones.
Good bird.
Which I can tell the story later. It's pretty funny. But
Yeah. But
yeah, I'm having a good day though. I actually had a really good day. And for the most part, and it's been interesting. But yeah, no, I want to go ahead and put my tribute out there though. We wanted to start off the show giving respects to the hardcore legend Sabu, who has tragically passed away on, I believe it was on right on Mother's Day
It was
too.
last night.
Yesterday,
Yep.
May 11th,
So-
at age
Last
60,
night.
an
I'll be
ECW
honest.
icon legend.
We already talked about him on the Raw review show, but I mean, you got to talk about this guy. He's a never-ending guy to talk about, and it's just he's one of those guys where a lot of the dudes, like a lot of the women's wrestlers and men's wrestlers who especially work in the indies, like they wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't for Sabu and the way that he would just show himself. Like he would literally, like if you had a chair, he'd be like, okay, this is how I'm going to do the chair. If he had a table spot, he's like, okay, I'm going to do something different. Bam, leg drop on the freaking table.
Right.
Like,
And he's infamous with tables, dude.
the dude was creative, and the dude had every way of showing off his skills. And I mean, I don't really talk about this much just because it is kind of a controversial topic. I am a part of the Juggalo community, the Juggalo family, and I know he was as well. So just paying respects from the Juggalo family as well. He was one of those supporters that really showed out for the family, and it's just, he was a great guy. I never met him personally, but just seeing what he used to do, seeing what he still did until the day he passed on, innovator, and definitely somebody to look up to for many years. But I actually do have my show, WrestleMania, my stop motion show going on, and I was supposed to have him in a tag match, tagging with the Sandman against Stone Cold and Randy Orton, but due to respect and just in order to keep people happy at the same time, respecting him, I'm going to switch him out for a special for a mystery tag partner for Sandman for that match. You guys are definitely going to like who it is. It's somebody who's had history with Sabu, both as a rival and a friend. So I figured it was only right to have this specific person be in the match. But yeah, no, Sabu was a guy where if you ask anybody in the indies who they looked up to the most in ECW and in the hardcore world, you're either going to get Mick Foley or Terry Funk, or you're going to get Sabu. And
you'll always get Sabu. I mean, let's if we're going to talk about this, let's talk about this for a minute. All right, Sabu is one of the craziest motherfuckers on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call a spade a spade. If people who watch the Wrestling Asylum who have been watching know me, I pull no punches. I have a foul mouth. I'll call it like I see it. Sabu was one of the craziest motherfucking badasses this sport has ever known.
Yes.
Prime example. What did Benoit do to Sabu? How did he earn the nickname the Crippler?
Yeah.
The infamous suplex.
You had to be that way with Sabu. Look at how Rey Mysterio had to wrestle him. He was that guy where he would be like, if you weren't rough with him, he was going to be rough with you, and he wanted to bring out the best in you.
That was crazy. ECW One Night Stand 2006, Sabu and Rey Mysterio for that world title. That spot, Ray was on the outside, but
I remember that.
That DD2 to the table that was between the guardrail and the apron, and you hear Joey Styles go, "Oh my God!" Ballroom, though, it ended a draw, which was stupid, but it was a great match, man. Even
Absolutely.
Sabu and John Cena at Vengeance 2006, where even the Raw before, Sabu walked up the chair to the ropes, leg drop off the spring rope to John Cena through the announce table, bloodied Cena. That was crazy. Like, you talk about extreme moments. That's a great Sabu extreme moment, man. He was genocidal, homicidal, suicidal.
He lived up to his
ECW
moniker.
original.
But I'm gonna say something. I don't know how many of you grew up in this or not. I did. Nothing, and I mean nothing, will beat the year-long build to the very first ECW pay-per-view in 1997, Barely Legal, where it was Taz and Sabu, where it was promos and mind games for a fucking year. They did not lock up. They did not fight. It was lights out, I'm right behind you, stare down. Promo, call you out, stare down.
Yep.
That is something that this sport today is fucking missing. Taz, shout out to him. But Sabu had, alongside Heyman, the fucking genius to go, wait a second.
Yeah,
just sink it all in, and that's what some wrestlers miss today, and that's what some wrestlers take from his time is like, sink in the moment, give the fans a moment they are gonna go home and not forget. That's literally how it is. Like, give them something they are going to talk about for years to come.
Yeah,
I will tell you right now, Sabu was one of those guys. Look at what he did, and I know some of you will bitch about it. Look at what happened when he did the one-off for AEW with Adam Cole. Helping him with the Jericho Anal Society, as I called it. First you had the Jericho Circle Jerk. Then you had the Jericho Anal Society. And this latest one, the Learning Tree, I called it the Anal Probe.
Hi, guys. I am the Learning Tree.
I will say this. Jericho has a gift for getting fuck you, please retire. He does have that gift. There's no question. But back to Sabu before we dive into Raw tonight. Sabu was one of those wrestlers that at the end of the day, you knew if his music went off, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That was the reaction.
You're going to see some good shit. You're going to see some
here's the other thing. Who's the only other wrestler who got that reaction when his music came on?
Stone Cold.
Bingo.
I already knew the answer. You didn't have to give me examples.
Nobody but Sabu and Austin. Some will say Brian Danielson could get it.
Well, that depends, though. That was
he comes close. Danielson came close. I will give him that at 30. And then at All In Wembley. But nobody, Sabu and the Texas Rattlesnake, are the only two that when their music hits, everybody's on their feet and you're going, oh shit, because violence is about to happen.
Absolutely.
Rhea Ripley is getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She could surpass Sabu.
No.
She will never pass Austin. Nobody.
Well,
she'll never. I don't think she'll ever even pass Sabu.
Pass.
You can't pass Sabu on that ever. Nobody can. Even Austin.
No, Austin said it. Sabu matched it.
Right. Exactly.
Sabu was in ECW his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the little appearances here, there, and this, that, and the third. But Austin, you have to remember, he was all over, so he grew. Then when he was in the WWF, I'm going to call it that till the day I croak.
WWE.
Fuck you, Fed, and fuck you, Vince. you still ain't shit. But my point is this. Austin set that bar so goddamn high. Cena can't get it. Batista couldn't even come close.
No.
Rock rivals it on a level that can't even be compared. It's Austin. It's Rock. Hunter got close. Especially when he returned from the,
There's the Undertaker too.
Undertaker's the only one that's above Austin. Only motherfucker above Austin.
That's also because of the eeriness. So it's like, oh shit, someone's gonna get fucking buried tonight, and
that was even during the American Badass. The minute that gong would go,
that's true. That's true.
Whether it was Kid Rock or Limp Bizkit, you went, oh shit.
You can even say that for guys like. I mean, I know this is kind of a, I know this is kind of not always true, but like with Triple H's, with Triple H's reign from 2000 to 2002, everyone was like, oh shit, this guy's gonna fucking sledgehammer the hell, slam these motherfuckers on the mat. Like, damn.
Oh, everybody knew. Everybody literally fucking knew. If any of their music went off, it was, oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, with Sabu, yeah, I will say this though, before we get started with the Raw show today from tonight. Rest in peace, Sabu. My thoughts, prayers, and condolences to him and his family. Real name Terry Bronk, I think it is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Terry Bronk. Thoughts and prayers, condolences go out to him, his family, his friends, and his loved ones, and those who are touched by Sabu. There will never be another. And we definitely lost a true ECW hardcore icon and definite a future Hall of Famer. But I send my condolences to the family of Sabu. So
I will say this. Seeing CM Punk when he came out, and we'll dive this into a minute.
Yes.
Going like that, you already knew.
And CM Punk was in the relaunch of ECW with Sabu and RVD and Tommy Dreamer and Sandman. So
yes,
CM Punk knows.
But CM Punk also sat under that tree. And here's another fun fact. What people do not know. Sabu actually advocated for him before the infamous bullshit known as December to Dismember.
Oh, no,
that's correct. The only two people.
Hang on, I was at that show.
You were?
The event.
Damn.
I will tell you. Hang on. I was at that event. I was on the side of the Tron where they were coming out. I can tell you. I could see in Gorilla Vince and Heyman getting into it verbally.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where Heyman left out.
Fucking pissed.
There was a story where Paul Heyman wanted CM Punk to choke out Big Show in less than 5 minutes, but Big Show and Punk starting the Extreme Elimination Chamber, and Punk actually winning the title that night, choke out Big Show, eliminating him because Punk was red hot. He was like not even like 6 months in the company.
Hey, side note, Bobby Lashley works out at the same gym I do around the corner from my house. I've asked him about that. He said he's grateful for it, but he did mention he thinks there was still some bullshit and he didn't like the politics.
I believe it.
I don't think he's a wrestling fan, he's a wrestler, but I don't think he liked the politics. And I'll say this.
Yeah. Punk should have won that, no doubt.
I'm going to tell you what. I see why Heyman was so adamant. Heyman knew.
Yeah.
What I think Vince failed, Hunter has figured it out.
Yeah.
Because he was a lot in the locker room. All right. Vince, from a talent aspect, had not learned that part. And what happened is Heyman did. He was a manager. He was a photographer. Basically almost did it all except wipe guys' asses. Or lick them, depending on what he was doing, if he was doing 80 pounds more that day.
Fucking really.
Hey, side note, Tony Khan, stop the booger sugar in the nose candy.
Smoking a joint with Rob Van Dam.
Success. But my point is
Only
that
Paul Heyman and Rob Van Dam can smoke a joint on 420 day.
no
Yep.
doubt about it.
Yep.
But I will tell you this: between us and the viewers at home, okay. To me personally, it's just my. I think if Vince would have understood what Punk was, not just the buzz, which got him signed. Do I think Vince would have signed him? Maybe not for another year. Would he have sent him to OVW as a dick move? Yeah.
He would have done it to try to put him in his place.
But here was the problem. Couldn't.
Which we all know Vince was the fucking problem. I mean, Punk was organically over, wasn't forced.
From the corporate side of it, the buck stopped with him. That I did respect with Vince. With Punk, mind you, till I knew the full specs of brawl outs, I was a little pissed because when that all happened, 3 days later, Dynamite was in fucking Buffalo, and the original plan was it was going to be the Elite coming out, getting challenged by Death Triangle. We were going to fucking get Punk and start the storyline with MJF. I mean, they had to pivot and all this other shit. And then when I heard the way it was going, I will tell you, I'm not going to say who, but one of Buffalo's own happens to know a friend of mine. He is in AEW, former TNT champion, all I'm going to say. And he even said the locker room was fucking pissed at both sides. The only one that got no heat from Punk was Omega.
Yeah, and Omega was probably the only one out of the
Omega was trying to calm it down.
Was it Christian?
Mm-mm.
I don't believe
I'll give you a clue. He's from Buffalo, and a friend of his is Daddy Magic. That's all I'm going to say.
Is who?
Daddy Magic.
Well, if I'm thinking Buffalo, I'm thinking MJF, but he was never a TNT champion.
A Buffalo native. His nickname on the Indies was known as Red Death. You know him as Daniel Garcia.
Damn.
And
yeah, Garcia doesn't really. Garcia is one of those guys where even on the show with Maven, he doesn't shut his mouth about anything.
No, Garcia is one of those guys that will call it out like I would, because that's something we do up there. But the point is, from what I heard, not from him, but from word on the vine, telegraph, telegram, telewrestler, telefan. Omega and Punk were on good terms, not just because he protected Larry, but Omega was the one that came in and said, "Hey, what the fuck happened out there? Talk to me." Like a boss said, "It stops with me. Talk to me." The shit that Perry pulled, where oh my God, I'm afraid for my life. Tony Khan, as long as I live, if I ever get to meet you, I am never going to let you live that down, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Even what's this, Maven looks at him as such a nice guy, he cares. It's like, yeah, but the dude is acting like he's in a freaking, the Columbine. It's like, it's not
I'm going to say
trying
this
to
for
go
what
after
it is.
everybody.
I'm going to say it for what it is. Tony is somewhat becoming Bischoff.
Oh, damn. He was Bischoff even at the start. I called
really.
that shit. I literally called that shit.
Not really, because in the beginning,
he was overpaying everybody.
Well, there was that, but here's the other thing too.
He was also playing fanboy, which is what Eric Bischoff was doing.
Yeah, but you know what? Bischoff didn't have certain guys. You know what? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret behind the curtain. Right now, the only one that is remotely having any positive effect on that kid is this Samoan submission machine.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah. And for the record, it was not Tony Khan's call for firing Punk. Guess who made that call?
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
mean,
really?
Bryan likes Punk. He's friends with Punk, but I'm sure Bryan didn't want to do it. But there was no choice. I mean,
No. When Legal got
Bryan did
involved,
fight Punk. I did.
the minute Legal got involved, Punk
Mhm.
knew, I'm done. Fuck this.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. Like, if you have a legal battle with the wrestling promotion that you're supposed to be just working for,
Well,
that is hard to. It's hard to say, like, hey, I'm going to
Well,
be.
Jack Perry acted like a puss.
Oh, fuck yeah, he
yeah,
did.
none of this would have happened.
He was
Tony
acting like a
Khan would have
fucking
handled
spoiled brat. It's like how
Yeah.
BJ is on LFG.
LFG.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this right now,
real Glasgow.
and then let's dive into Raw in a minute. But I'm gonna wrap my thought up like this: if hypothetical, if this would have been Vince, Jungle Boy would have been fired on the spot. Punk would have been told, "Go out, have your match. I'll handle it."
Absolutely, or even
that's
like
what-
Triple H. The same
Oh
thing.
no! I'll tell you one thing: the minute that shit would have gone to break down, if this individual was in that locker room, that fucking kid would not just be dressing by himself. He would have never fucking made it for a week out of London. Who am I thinking?
it would have been like Miz.
Yeah,
Who am I
Miz.
thinking of as the locker room leader?
well, I mean, again, even though
Who
I
am I
don't like
thinking of?
Vince, I agree with the Vince thing. If this was Vince there, it would not never even got to that point. Especially under Paul Levesque, would have never even got to that point. Even
But who am
CM
I
Punk,
thinking of from a standpoint of the locker room? Who am I thinking of, Pyro?
For what? Oh, for
The
guys
Jungle
that
Boy
are.
behavior. I'll give you a
well,
hint.
Tony
Enzo.
Khan should have handled Jack Perry's situation.
No,
Enzo
to
Amore.
handle the locker room situation with Jack Perry, I'll give you a hint.
Oh shit! It was Undertaker.
Bingo. If Taker would have been in the locker room, that fucking Punk would have never gotten away with that shit.
He would have gotten a talking to. That's for sure.
But
Oh,
it's-
fuck that.
Was
He
it
got
Samoa
put up-
Joe was trying to be that
Taker
guy
would have put him
though.
up against the wall and said, "Listen up, you little shit."
But that's
Oh,
the
fuck
problem.
your
That's
daddy is.
literally what Joe was trying to do because he was technically the locker room leader for the time because he was the AEW World Champion with going against Punk. Him and
No,
Punk
Punk
both.
was champion. Punk was champion at the
Oh,
time.
that's right. But he was still a main event caliber, and he was technically taking that role of being a locker room
Because
leader.
Punk couldn't because
Punk
Punk
couldn't
couldn't
because
do
he
it.
did exactly what Undertaker would have done, and that got him in trouble. And it fucked him, but also the fact like we're in that type of pussy generation that's like, I'm gonna fuck with you, but oh my god, you hit me, you choked me a little bit. I only disrespected the whole fucking locker room, and you on national goddamn television.
Okay, side note, real quick. Congratulations to the first ever Maple Leaf Pro Canadian champion, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, who won this past Saturday at Northern Rising. And as much as I'm going to hear a lot of shit because I'm going to talk about this Saturday, finally Giselle Shaw struck gold.
Yes. But yeah, at the end of the day,
women's champion.
But at the end of the day, this all ultimately falls on Tony Khan. I mean, it's like this. None of this would have happened if Tony Khan would have been a boss. But that's a conversation for.
Yeah, we'll have that conversation one of these days with me on my
We'll do a
channel.
what if on that.
We'll
do a
really
what if.
have.
I mean, it's not. I don't. It's just not mostly Punk's doing this
No.
or anything.
I
It's
do
just this is
not
all ultimately
blame
falls on
Punk
Tony.
entirely. The only thing I blame Punk for.
I don't agree with what Punk how Punk did it. Do I agree with it? No, but
No. Punk did what Taker would have done. The only thing I do not like what Punk did was airing the dirty laundry. What I would have done if I was in his shoes, and this is just Monday Night Quarterback in here, and then we better dive into Raw. Okay. What I would have done was gone to Tony after I got back to the States and go, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Kick him out of the fucking company. Or you will give me my release. There will be no non-compete. And in November, I'm going to walk out in Chi-Town, and then I'm gonna rip that little fuck's head off. And you aren't gonna do dick. Because you're gonna sign an NDA.
Ooh. Well,
when I'm done, you tell that punk bitch he wants to show up, I'll be more than happy to fuck his ass up live on WWE programming.
Were you ever a pro wrestler, by the way?
No, I always practice good promos.
Okay, because like you give me vibes of knowing a locker room, which is awesome, but like you give
And
me
I've
the
been watching
vibe
this
of
shit since I was 3.
yeah. Because like I work for a wrestling company, and this is literally the type of conversations that go down. So
Plus I know
mean,
some of the indie wrestlers back in Buffalo, so
okay,
I always shoot the shit with them, and they're
Daniel
always cool
Garcia.
with me, and we talk stuff and whatnot. But let's dive into Raw, shall we? Who wants to start?
Absolutely. I want to start with the fact that I think it's really weird that we're getting
Drew Edmonton. They just scored again, bastards.
I'm a Celtics fan. I don't have.
I'm talking
anything
hockey.
to talk. Oh right,
Yeah.
hockey.
St. Louis got screwed.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Blues fan. I don't really want to talk
Yeah,
about.
They got boned. I was
talking about Monday Night Raw, man. We got
Yep,
Raw.
Yeah, let's go into Raw. Let's go.
Yeah, so I think it's really weird that Punk, speaking of him, is teaming up with Sammy. It's a really weird pairing, but I like that they're keeping the story going with Seth. Braun Breaker is going to be facing Jey Uso next week, and we have that match,
by the way,
non-title. Which I mean, Jey Uso has beaten Braun before, and then Braun's also beaten Jey, so this is a good
This is a rubber
tiebreaker
match I look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
This should be on pay-per-view. Am I wrong?
I think it's fine on Raw, just because there's more story to tell with it than just the fact that it's Jey versus Braun. Like, there's more going on, and I think that's why like the tag match is there more, because you're including more wrestlers in the storyline than just two guys facing for what do you call it? Like you're facing for more I don't know what you call it. Like, I guess ego, not ego, but the other word for it, basically.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, who's the better man, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But for this one, it's like it's Punk versus it's Punk and Sammy. What was it, versus Seth and Braun? Is that right?
Yes, it's Sammy and Punk versus Seth and Braun. That got announced for Saturday night's main event in Tampa, Florida, May 24th. Which, by the way, Mitch and I will definitely be on there for a live watch party for that Saturday night's main event. By the way,
when is it? The 24th?
Yes, the Memorial Day weekend.
Oh shit, that's the season finale for yours truly.
Yeah.
So
and we also got Logan Paul, Jey Uso for the world title announced for that show as well.
That's my thought about Logan Paul.
I know we didn't get him tonight.
We all have that same.
He was supposed to be on a segment with Jey Uso tonight, but we didn't get that. Apparently,
I'm kind of glad, because I'll tell you this: after what happened after the cameras went off, that'd have been me. I'd have said, "It's on site, bitch. Let's dance."
But I thought the opening segment was very nice. I think CM Punk's in is must watch. Like, you stop what you're doing, listen to the man talk when he has a mic in his hand. And he brought up the fact that he should have known better when Heyman turned on them once before. Yada yada yada. And Heyman comes out and Seth comes out, and I liked Punk's line. Oh, the only reason you're over, Seth, is the music, which is fact.
That was just funny as shit. Like, during his damn entrance, that's where I like that. Like, we're seeing kind of comedy with realism. It's perfect timing insults. That's what it is. It's perfect timing insults. His entrance is going, and you just know, like, okay, yeah. The only reason why you're even over is because of that goddamn music playing right now. It's relevant, and that's what's really cool. It's relevant.
Yeah. Then it led to Braun and Seth beating down Punk. Sammy comes out, he gets beaten down. Then I was like, come on, Jey Uso, come out. And I was like, I think he's going to come out. And then no music, which I appreciate. It's that little attention to detail, like with Paul Levesque, Triple H. Jey Uso comes out, makes a save with no music, super kicks. and Jay, Sammy, and Punk stand tall, which I thought was a nice opener for Raw tonight in Louisville, Kentucky. I am wondering who the third man is with Seth and Braun with Paul Heyman, because surely there has to be. Surely we may get it. I don't know if we do, but something's got to give. Do they have
Okay, just real quick.
With how Seth turned on the Shield? Like, this is interesting, I feel, and I'm liking where it's going.
I don't know where this is going. The dynamic between Heyman and Punk is interesting. Don't get me wrong. But here's my issue. What's the ultimate end game?
Well, I do think coming out of Saturday night's main event, and obviously coming, I think, and definitely coming out of Money in the Bank, I would say by SummerSlam, no later than SummerSlam, I do feel Jey Uso is dropping that world title to either Seth Rollins or Braun Breaker. It's inevitable at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
He's not.
I could see backup coming in the form of Jimmy, maybe Roman, but I am going to say this, and this is a side. Hang on, this is a side note. This involves the fuck you to the 17-time champ. I have to say about that on the season finale. Don't you worry. I think I know who wins Money in the Bank.
Who are you thinking?
What's your pick?
I'm going to tell you right now, if he shows up, this is how you fuck John Cena and stick it up his ass.
Punk?
Nope.
If I had to think really outside of the box, I would think
it's Cody.
Cody Rhodes winning Money in the Bank?
Wow.
Think about it. Cena wants to basically take away this Sergio guy says he doesn't talk with people still watching WWE.
It would be the same thing as Brock.
Well, Sergio, no offense, that's your problem, not ours.
And Xavier, Boston fan.
Okay, then why are you here? Wait, hold on. Like, why are you here then? Because this is a WWE-based podcast, so why are you here?
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
We talk everything from WWE to AEW to GCW to New Japan, All Japan.
Yeah, it's like we can talk about whatever we want here. If you have a problem with that, that's on you.
It's exactly what Punk said in his podcast. It's like Twitter. It's like having a window at your house. If I don't want you talking in my window, then shut up. I'm closing the window. If you don't want to hear us talk about wrestling, then this is not the right show to be on. I asked you the same thing. What do you ask me? What are you asking me? You just made a statement that you don't talk to people who watch wrestling. Well, we are watching WWE.
And we have every single wrestling.
So this is literally this is literally my life. If I'm pointing at the right thing, I can't. There. This is literally my life. Look at that fucking wall. Look at that ring. This is my life. So if you have a fucking problem with it, go away. Because
Sergio,
and he says WWE is bad. Yeah, shit fucking take. Get him out. Get him out.
WWE is bad, yet they're getting billions of viewers each fucking show. So
Sergio, if you don't want to fucking be here, get the fuck out.
Yeah, go suck a big. Never mind.
And Mitch doesn't mind us saying shit like that. So
but here's the point though. The only reason I say Cody shows up, guess what? You know what you do?
And I banned him in the chat.
Yep, bingo. Here's what you do.
Sergio, thanks for coming. You want to come in here and act like a fucking asshole? You get whacked. Get out. Go watch somebody else. Go watch somebody else who's going to give it to you how you want to hear. That's not what we do here.
Go to Tony Khan. He'll cry about it.
I'm going to make this really clear.
Wrestling's in my blood, man.
Over the summer, Hardcore Sports and the OTTR network are merging. Sergio, I recommend you don't even fucking show up on the Mob Men show, Black Hearts Angels, or mine. Motherfucker, I have roasted an internet troll once.
And Xavier says it best. I want to bring up these two comments. If you got a problem, leave. Exactly, Sergio.
And Sergio, no if you're still watching, read my lips wisely. I wouldn't recommend pissing me off. Know this.
We're great at
There is a
promos, man.
reason that I am not only nicknamed the Joker. There is a reason why everyone in the Pod Mob network knows not to test me. If you want to know, I will just say this. I have no problem using power. The kind of power that can get somebody who was unjustly blocked out of his Twitter account, both personal and the network, unlocked within 12 hours with the threat of a constitutional scholar lawyer at Twitter's front door with a lawsuit so big I will own them and their descendants till the end of time. If you want to fuck with me, pack a lunch, tiny dick, because I will smoke you. Just because I'm in no mood and I'm going to clean my fucking claws. But back to the discussion at
Yeah,
hand. Cody has to
fun.
be the one to pull it off. And I'll tell you why. Black hair Cody.
I don't think he'll ever go back to that. He would never go back to that ever.
Yeah.
Because of what happened.
That's
No, because you know what? If you're gonna wanna fuck with The Rock, that's what you do.
But
yeah, but that's a Cody thing, not a Rock thing. Rock can give a fuck less what his hair looks like. He probably wanted Cody's hair to be black for the if he was going to join Cody or if Cody was going to join Rock.
No,
yeah, because Rock
thing,
wanted
dude.
Cody to sell his salt, and Cody said no. Triple H said no, and Triple H said, "Why not John Cena go heel?" And everyone loved it. And then Ari told Rock, "Okay, Rock, go home."
Yep.
I'm telling you now, this is just between you and me, guys, and the people watching out there. I'm telling you now, I firmly think if that storyline is going to come back, Cody needs to mindfuck Cena badly for the next 4 months minimum. Win Money in the Bank. Come in over the summer, win Money in the Bank, mindfuck him. Get to September, get to exactly Ring of Honor Cody. I'd like that.
Well,
I think Ring of Honor Cody. I do think we need a little bit of a
Bullet Club
like
Cody.
we need a hardcore Cody. We need the type of guy where he just doesn't give a fuck and goes after everybody. But I think we need somebody. I think we need
But he
that in
needs
order to
backup.
get. Huh?
yeah.
You would need the Bullet Club to pull that off.
I don't think so. I think Cody can pull
I
it
don't
off
think we need
himself.
it.
Just find who you used to be, and bring back the very
Oh,
person
shit. Side note, listen to this. Scarlett Bordeaux just tweeted as of earlier this afternoon, the Devil You Know t-shirt for Killer Cross is now the #1 best-selling shirt on the WWE Shop
Wow.
website. So
That's
guess what? Hey, Hunter.
Carry on Cross has always been over.
Pay attention to Cross because he pulled a CM Punk out of his ass.
Oh yeah,
So-
he always has. That's the thing. He always has. Vince fucked him so many times. It's like
Yeah.
Dexter Loomis. Dexter Loomis was a massive draw on TNA, and
You mean
And-
what was his name in TNA? Something Shaw, right?
Samuel Shaw.
yeah,
Samuel Shaw. There it is.
Yeah, like
But here's
dude is perfect for like that
Mhm.
type of kidnapping storyline.
Yeah.
Back.
Well, here's the point I want to say in terms of the situation with Cody. You want to stop Cena from leaving with that belt? Here's what I would do. Cody, Money in the Bank, wins the briefcase. Keep fucking with Cena's head till his last show
hmm
in Boston.
It's like what Brock did to Cody, Kofi and Seth.
Uh-huh. But here's what you do. As Cena has his final match, whoever it is, as soon as he goes, well, I'm out of here, all of a sudden, off goes Cody's music. He doesn't know. Cole cocks him with the briefcase. Cole cocks him with the belt, knocks him the fuck out, tells the ref, cashing it in, knocks him out one more time with the belt. 1, 2, 3. flips off Cena, says, "Fuck you, bitch. It's mine." Grabs the mic and goes, "Hey, Dwayne, you want to stop me, asshole? Don't send Travis Scott's fuckface ass. Let's you grow a set, old man, and come do it yourself, bitch."
Have a
I'll see you at
WrestleMania match
Mania,
with Cena.
ass.
Yeah. Have WrestleMania Cody
Calls him
Rhodes
out
versus
and
The Rock.
says, "Hey, Rock, come on, cocksucker. You wanted to take my soul? Let's you try and do it on the biggest stage in New Orleans, you son of a bitch. You got any scroll." Call him out. And at WrestleMania, Cody whoops his ass. Rock throws everything he can. Cody still wins, and at the end stands triumphant, picks Rock up, shakes his hand, goes. They go for the hug, hits him with one more crossroads, picks him back up, and goes, "Remember who's the bitch now."
Mm-hmm.
If you want, not Cody Rhodes as a heel, but I guess a tweener, that would be great.
That would work. The only other option is
Just
to
don't, as long as you don't
fulfill-
turn Cody heel, it could work.
No, the only other option other than that, and this is part of the opening segment into Raw, would for CM Punk to be the one to stop him.
You got to take the of Cena. I'm actually predicting Punk and Cena in the summer, maybe at SummerSlam.
That might be where you would want to pull the trigger and have Punk pull it off. If
Summer Punk
because
too.
right now, I'm going to ask you guys this. Does it seem like both Raw, SmackDown, and Backlash the last couple of weeks, everybody's been fucking confused with the heel turn, and we saw it on Cena's face on Saturday?
He looked like he wanted to cry after hearing "Thank you, Cena."
It looked like he had done lost his mind. I don't give a shit that he attacked R-Truth. That was still funny as hell. But my
That was
point
great.
is, the last several weeks, I don't know where they're taking this. I love that they're working with Braun Breaker. I think Seth did not need Heyman. Seth was fine on his own. It's an interesting dynamic. But I still want to know why Heyman fucked Punk this time around. Why?
Well, because Punk was tired or the deal is Heyman was tired of Punk and Roman using him. He felt used, and he felt like people were just
then
trying to put him in a corner.
Up.
That's what he's doing, though. That's what he's trying to do.
Exactly.
That's literally why he's on these promos being like,
him crashing last week was fucking
yeah. But that's
Oh,
literally
this-
what it was about. It was like,
I almost pissed my pants. I could not stop laughing.
Yeah.
But my point is, here's my point. Punk, Heyman prophesized this 13 motherfucking years ago. And you think, after being gone for a goddamn decade, Punk wasn't going to call in the favor after Heyman called one in from him? Lest we forget, Heyman was the one that went to Punk to ask him to help Roman retake the bloodline, let alone the Ulafala.
Well, that's why. And that's why people are like, "Hey, fuck you, Heyman. You owed the guy."
I think not.
Well,
where am I wrong? Heyman went to Punk first, asking him to take him away from the Tungans and Solo. That didn't work out so well. Then Heyman went to get Punk to be the fifth in War Games and agreed that Punk could have any favor he wanted. You don't think after 10 years Punk wasn't calling in the fucking prophecy? You're out of your mind.
Well,
I saw it coming the minute he said anything you want. I went, I already know where this is heading, and this is a 10 years brilliance.
Yeah. But I thought the opening of Raw was really good, set the tone. We got the first match of the night. Moving on, Penta versus Chad Gable. This was good. Penta won with the Mexican Destroyer, which I don't have a problem with him using as to finish up his opponents these days. He used it last week on JD McDonough. That was McDonough last week. But I feel like Penta was losing quite a lot, but if anyone needed a win here, it was Penta. Do I do?
He's
Now,
got
do I
Chad's
feel
number.
like could be
He's got
better a
Chad's
little
number.
bit?
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. Well, go ahead.
Flurious. Penta, when it's going up against Chad Gable, not El Grande Americano, okay?
We're the
Penta
same person, by the way.
Chad's fucking number all day. Has it. That was the greatest opening to the show in terms of action. Bar none. I loved it.
Really good stuff. And they just have good in-ring chemistry with each other. And I do feel like it's going to lead to going into, I think, Worlds Collide, probably. They're probably going to have El Grande and Penta in some sort of fashion. I feel going into Worlds Collide, I think that this is where it's headed.
Please, God, no. Please, God.
I mean, storyline-wise, El Grande did cost Penta the IC title at Backlash. So, I mean, it does make sense. Maybe not one-on-one. Maybe this is how we get the Lucha Bros back together to take on El Grande. We probably, and they also have Legado involved, Andrade. I think we get some sort with the Lucha Bros. You got Andrade, and I think you got Dragon Lee, who just lost the speed title to El Grande. I'm thinking Dragon Lee, Lucha Bros, and Dragon Lee, Andrade, and the Lucha Bros taking on El Grande and Legado del Fantasma in some kind of 8-man tag at Worlds Collide, I think, is where they might go with. I thought about this the other day.
I could see that.
And I'm actually okay with it. I think the brand split is out the rules going with Worlds Collide, and there were rumors. I saw a rumor the other day that the Lucha Bros are probably going to get back together soon, which I don't mind. So
there's been hints behind the scenes that is the ultimate goal.
I believe it, and they're a great fucking tag team. I've watched them on the live. They're great. So, if it happens, I'm excited for it. I'm all for it, and it would definitely light a fire in the tag division going forward. I can tell you that right now. Whatever, Brendan, we get a draft in the summer, we'll see, but we will see. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What did you think about what Flurious said, Pyro? What is your take on the Penta match?
Oh, Penta. Okay. Okay. Because like you guys, okay, gotcha. I got confused.
I was wondering what happened to you, Pyro. Like, is this audio? It's open.
Well, because you guys, I think you guys was talking about two different things, and then I kind of zoned out. But I know what you guys were talking about. No, I think it's the right prediction. Like, absolutely. I think if you have the Lucha Brothers together, like, I think you have a great tag team. I think you have something special going on there.
Absolutely.
And I agree too about the brand split. Like, it's not a thing anymore. It's not something that people are like, well, we have to have it. Oh my God. Like, it's definitely getting to the point where no one's really following those rules, and that's what you guys are talking about.
Well, at least going into Worlds Collide, I feel. We may get a draft in the summer, I feel.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's like we're kind of seeing how WWE did it back in 2012 with Laurinaitis and Teddy Long, where, I mean, it doesn't really, like, you still have...
don't remind me of that bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I will say this. Yeah, I didn't like it either. Well, I will say this. At least under Triple H's administration, they're at least giving you why this one's showing up.
When did Triple H become a president?
Well, I didn't think it was president. We
said administration.
Well. I mean, anyways, I digress. What I will say is, at least under Triple H's team, at least when someone from another brand appears on the other, at least there is a reason for it, like family, like their family, or there's
right.
At least there's a reason why. Under Vince, he'd have them appear on the other show for no reason. Then it's like, then you wonder why people bitch and complain. Why is their brand split just ended? This is how you're going to do it. At least Triple H is giving you a reason why they're appearing.
This just broke. Cora Jade is returning to GCW under her Elena Black name.
GCW. Who?
She's going to be, Cora Jade will be back in GCW. She's going to be in my neck of the woods on July 11th.
Nice.
I'm shocked that we released her, man. She had so much potential. I know she had some injuries, but like,
you should have seen my face. I was fucking livid.
I literally thought she was going to be returning. I don't understand what happened.
This
Well,
is what
probably
she was
wasn't
doing stuff with the TNA, and then
well, maybe that's why, so she can get that experience for the
indies.
and
then they were going to do something else, and then I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
I know they have some bullshit budget cuts going on because of the bullshit going on with finances right now. But damn, I didn't think it was that bad. Like,
well, I will. Well, though, good match with Penta and Chad Gable.
yeah, no, that was nice.
We did have a couple video packages segments. It's all right, but then we get to the War Raiders and American May, the New Day. Were on commentary for this. The American May, this the Creed brothers. They won with the Brutus ball. What are your thoughts on this? I didn't really care for this.
New Day is getting boring.
On this. I think the Raw division, it's boring. I'm sorry. They need. I feel like
that's why you need the Lucha Bros to infuse into
Raw
it.
doesn't have much. I didn't care for this.
That's why I said the Lucha Bros need hopefully reunite very soon.
Yeah,
and kaboom.
Maybe we get a draft and maybe they put the Lucha Bros on Raw. Who knows? So
we need more tag teams, anyways.
I'm sorry.
This is the only thing that makes AEW so good in terms of tag team division because they have plenty of teams. WWE has once again dropped the fucking ball when it comes to the tag team division. And I
merge the tag team titles. Have one set of tag team titles for the men. Simple.
Yeah, because that worked out so fucking great last time.
I mean, there's no depth for two men's tag divisions and two men's tag titles. There's none of depth.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not arguing that with you.
I know, but I mean,
and the Celtics lost.
It's like because I feel like WWE puts more effort in a tag division on SmackDown than they do Raw. It's just there's more tag teams on SmackDown than there is Raw. And I just feel like if they merge the tag teams, you could still have a brand split, but have just one set of men's tag titles and have the tag team champions and just merge the tag team divisions. That's all you got to do. I think it would make the tag team division in the WWE much better off. Look at when Priest and Balor were champions before they dropped both those titles at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Before that happened, I thought it was pretty good when they had one set of tag titles then, and they should have.
No doubt. I don't argue that at all.
Because look at the tag divisions on both shows now. I mean, it could be slightly better on SmackDown now that they have Fraxium, but then again, at the same time, they need to merge the tag titles.
You got to catch 22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you get what I'm saying.
I think so.
Not saying Fraxium is bad, but
they're still very new.
They're still new.
And they're the best tag team, too, despite them being new.
But here's the other thing. You don't have the depth of the champions that you need or the division. You don't have that.
Right. And that is a problem. Run through everyone except for Fraxium. There's no one else. That's a problem.
And this is the other issue. You do not, under any circumstances, have, and I'm going to say this for what it is, you don't, under any circumstances, have the depth.
No, you don't.
Necessary.
Exactly.
You don't.
They need to fix the issue with the tag division and quick. That's all I gotta say.
Because I'm
going to get Road Dog. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. If you don't, you wait. I'm gonna say it for what it is. You effing wait. I guarantee you what comes next. I guarantee it. You wait.
They got to merge those titles. They got to really merge those titles. But
They just need to create one general belt. I don't care if it's the Raw look or the SmackDown look. I don't give a shit. One set of belts. Okay? And no offense. Why do you think you barely ever see the women's tag team belts anymore?
I would just burn them at this point. There's no women's tag division. Never was. Just burn them. Honestly.
So next thing on Raw, what happened next? What have we?
Jey Uso comes out, he does his heat thing, and then Gunther comes out. He lays down the challenge for a Raw World Heavyweight title match on Raw June the 9th. This is the Raw after Money in the Bank. Gunther for the world title.
I thought it was
Jey Uso, Logan
I thought
Paul.
it was the Raw after Saturday night's main event.
No, it's Raw after Money in the Bank because Money in the Bank is June 7th. The Raw after Money in the Bank is June 9th. So it'll be Gunther. So it's surely going to be Gunther. It's definitely going to be Gunther and Jey Uso on Raw 9th. That's where Gunther's going to get his rematch and lose. And I think this sets up Gunther versus Goldberg at Night of Champions in Saudi or New Jersey at SummerSlam and Goldberg's retirement match. I think that's where it's headed.
I don't think it's going to be Gunther. I don't think it's going to be Goldberg at all. I think he's done.
Well, according to rumors, it's probably going to lead to that way, unfortunately. But at least it's Goldberg's one more match, I will say. Is Goldberg.
True, and Goldberg has said that is the one kid he wants. Even if he gets retired by Gunther, he's going to take him to work. He's going to test him.
And imagine and Goldberg being retired by Gunther would get a lot of heat and for the right reasons back on Gunther because he lost a lot of that when he topped up to Jey Uso in 2 seconds at WrestleMania 41 Night 1. I feel like he needs the heat back. The heat, like he got some of it back when he destroyed Pat McAfee at Backlash, but if you want it even more so back with Gunther, have him retire Goldberg in Goldberg's retirement match. That would get Gunther a lot of steam back that he lost at WrestleMania.
Trust me when I tell you. I am looking at this right now, scratching my head, and immediately going, you went from being a killer to being a pussy punk bitch.
I hate the ending to Jey Uso and Gunther at Night 1 WrestleMania. I fucking hated it. I liked the match, but I hated the ending. I'll be honest. That did not sit well with me.
I did not like how the match ended. It was the right ending, but I just did not like the way it ended. If it would have been up to me, I would have said, you're not going to beat him with the fucking sleeper. Here's what we're going to do. Choke him out briefly, but then get up off him, double back-to-back splash, and call it a day.
Exactly.
See, I don't like how WWE basically made this guy look like the next Goldberg or the next biggest thing in the company, and now he's lost two back-to-back, or not two, but like he's lost back-to-back in WrestleMania, and that doesn't make him
Undertaker streak.
Do what?
Are we starting a losing streak at WrestleMania for Gunther?
I mean, shit, like, that's what it feels like. It's like, here's a mid guy that needs a push, okay? Here is, like, the Intercontinental Championship makes sense, but the loss with Jay just had a sour taste in my mouth, because I'm thinking, like, you guys made this guy basically the Undertaker, right? Or like, or if you want to talk about a guy that's the next face of the company, like Seth Rollins, you guys are giving him loss after loss after loss. What are you fucking doing? You're making him look like a chump.
What don't we know in the back?
Right.
What don't we know in terms of his behavior in the locker room?
Well, okay, that can that can probably be it, but does he actually have a behavior problem? Or is that just...
Not that I'm aware of, but I agree with you. We may not know that aspect to it.
Very true.
It could be a lesson learned, but I don't think it's anything like that. I think, because if that's the case, then we would have actually gotten some word about it. But like, I truly think it has just everything to do with the fact that the fans are rallying around Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. So now, with Gunther being the champion, he has to suffer the loss, and it sucks because he's not the type of guy to just hand over a fucking title.
Right.
Exactly. But we go on to...
Go ahead. You're good.
But yeah, we were gonna Move on to AJ Styles for Finn Balor. Good stuff here. They could have got a little.
Another
I mean,
pay-per-view
they had a
escalation
lot of
match.
time. Go ahead.
I'm going to say it for what it is. This should have been on pay-per-view. Build a story and have it, but these two always put on a fucking show.
Absolutely.
And AJ Styles won here with the, I think, phenomenal forearm. He had Penta involved.
It was. But I will say this.
But good stuff here from AJ and Finn. So,
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that. But I will say this. How ironic that the old fart off of Timu had practically the 4 founding fucking members. No, strike that. Yeah, 4 founding members, the first 2 leaders of the Bullet Club, had the Shield together. Nakamura, the founder of Chaos, and Samoa Joe. And you mean to tell me you couldn't book a 3-year fucking story where it was an all-out brawl at one of the WrestleManias? I wrote that shit in my brain when I saw that for 3 straight years. With twists and turns through the whole thing, including AJ and Finn turning on each other back and forth. Same way as it did with Seth and Mox and Roman. But every time the 2 of them lock up, I want it for a belt, or I'll do one better. Tell me if you guys agree with me. 60 minutes on the clock. Most pins wins. Give me the Iron Man match. Balor versus Styles. Would you pay to see that?
Iron Man, hell yes.
Yes, definitely Iron Man.
So
But
then,
Stipulation for sure.
But Pyro, I want to ask you this.
okay.
You mentioned Dominic getting reactions. You mentioned a few weeks ago, Pyro, that if Balor is a face, Dominic is a heel. When Balor's at a Judgment Day, you brought up the fact that Dominic's lately been getting over. They may have to turn Dominic face instead because he's been getting over lately.
Yes.
And you said something, Pyro, of you got to read the fan. You got to read the room, read the fans, what they're saying, telling you. And I'm listening to this more and more with Dominic's reactions, and it brought me back to what you said a few weeks ago, Pyro. And I'm like, you were onto something, and I think right. They may have to change course and have Dominic face out of Judgment Day instead of Balor.
So something
brought
about
me back to that.
So that kind of comes back to working in the wrestling business. You once you work in the wrestling business and you work in the creative team, you kind of find that more than you see that faster than other people will. I kind of have that I kind of have that brush on the shoulder where it's like, me working in the creative team and the camera lead position, the director position, that's something I have to look after for is what are the fans saying. So it's all about, and that's what Triple H has been doing. It is all about how the fans are reacting, because you want it to be realistic. It's like, okay, the fans are cheering. You have to turn them, because then why do you have a heel that people are cheering? It doesn't work. That's why Rhea Ripley had to be, and Damian Priest had to be faces now, because as much as it was going to happen anyways, it was a matter of, while the Judgment Day was getting boos, when Damian Priest would hold up the title,
cheered like crazy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Every single time you had Finn Balor and Damian Priest walking down the ring, they booed the shit out of both those guys until Damian Priest did and then everyone fucking went crazy. You have to read that room. And Dominic Mysterio, I never thought I'd ever see him be a face. But at this point, it looks like the direction, because even Dominic is kind of he's kind of easing into that a little bit. You can tell
if he becomes a face, he will have to cut the hair.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll have to cut the hair. I think the hair.
No, he'll have to just trim it up.
I don't think he'll have to do anything. Just keep the Eddie look. Keep the Eddie look. Do what you got to do, but don't go full on 2004 Eddie yet. Have your 2000s Intercontinental Championship Eddie Guerrero look. Keep it going.
Yeah, we are not going to 2004 Eddie whooping Brock Lesnar's ass and becoming WWE.
Yeah,
we ain't got time for that.
And Triple H ain't gonna. And if Dominic is to go face instead of Balor, the thing is, Triple H is not going to change really much of anything. The only thing that's going to change at Dominic, that Triple H is going to change Dominic, is the alignment to him going face. Like, look at when he turned Rhea face when she got really over. Is Rhea any different than when she was a heel? I don't think so. And she's still
she's
over.
gotten a lot hotter and she's gotten a lot more badass.
The same thing with Io Sky. She was a heel in Damage Control, and not Triple H changed nothing of her whatsoever when she went babyface last year. And look at how over she is.
Oh, I don't disagree that. The only thing I could see
Same thing
for
with
Dominic,
Dominic.
the only thing I could see backfiring is if, for some reason, just hypothetical, something goes wrong and he gets hurt really bad to where, oh shit, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I worry for that kid.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I think he'll be fine, though. I don't think he'll get himself in trouble. He has great backing.
Not trouble. I'm talking health.
Oh, right.
I'm not talking trouble. I'm talking health. I'm talking something goes wrong in that ring. He gets hurt. We all know. Finn being the biggest example.
Yeah.
How long did it take Finn to get a fucking rematch for the Universal Championship after he got hurt? 2.8 fucking years. 2.8 fucking years. He had to wait till the night after SummerSlam 2018 to get it from Roman. After 2.8 motherfucking years.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
That doesn't ever come to pass for this kid.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully, because he is getting very over.
Here's my other concern. I am beginning to think, don't take it out of context, we are beginning to see elements of a resurgence of a certain era that has not been seen in well over 30 fucking years.
Attitude.
Bingo. Never going to come close to it.
My name's Bingo now.
Fucking elements going. I mean, am I wrong here? Are we not seeing some of that shit?
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
You've seen it with Rey Mysterio's kid. You're seeing it in terms of Penta. You're seeing it with the Terror Twins.
Yes.
It's gotten to a point where the bad guy is cool again.
Yes. Everyone wants to cheer. They're the cool heels. And that's okay, actually. It's okay to...
It's not a bad thing. I don't disagree. My thing is, I'm starting to feel that bit of nostalgia showing its face. The problem is you do not have the level of talent in terms of the performer that made the original Attitude Era what it was.
So
I'm not saying that in a derogatory way either. I'm just saying that we've come and gone. We're getting that nostalgic resurgence. The problem is if you had to play Monday Night Quarterback, who's fulfilling Taker? Who's fulfilling Austin and Hunter and this and that? And there's too much to sit there and try to figure out. But the elements are there.
Yeah.
AJ and Finn remind me of that.
I think it all has to do with the fact that a lot of wrestlers see how real life can really work in your favor with the storyline. If you're real with yourself, then you're going to be real with the audience. And that is the Triple H way of doing things, because let's face it, when Alexa Bliss was doing the shit with Bray Wyatt, the Instagram, her real life was not that character. What we saw on TV was not Alexa Bliss, so we couldn't really take it seriously. With Cena, with how he's doing things, with the fact that he's
woohoo
hating the fans now.
Mina. Woo. Sorry, I got an alert.
But the fact that he he's using that real life heat that he used to get in his storyline. He's using the fact that I'm old, and for 20 fucking years, you guys disrespected the hell out of me. Fuck you. And that is, or Randy Orton. It's like,
well, fuck you too, John Cena.
and
Yeah, you cool bitch.
But it's like with Randy Orton too. It's like you're getting the wholesome look, and that's what Randy Orton is nowadays. It's the wholesome older guy who is just having fun. He's doing that in real life. He's going to show that to the fucking fans. You have Rhea Ripley. She's all about who she is. Whenever she came to WWE, they tried to change her. And this was back in the Vince days. And she told Vince, she told Triple H, if me does not work, then cut me. And guess what worked? Being yourself. What works in TNA? What worked in Ring of fucking Honor? Back when Ring of Honor was about, being you. What was about being, it was about being who the fuck you are and getting over with yourself.
But see, this is what Hunter's got a lot of cleaning up to do. He has to clean up a lot of the old man shit.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's done a great job at that. He has done a fantastic job with that. We're not seeing Alexa Bliss
got a lot of shit he's going to have to clean. I mean, you just let go of certain talent that should not have, and they had.
Well, that's budget cuts.
Well, true, but here's the other piece. I also think it's because there were just some who couldn't get the stench off, with all due respect. I'm going to say this. Take it with a grain of salt. Take with it what you will. I think Cora Jade should have been kept. Nikita Lyons, I'm sorry, you're too injury prone. Nikita Lyons might have a juicy ass, thick waist, and big tits. I'm sorry.
That doesn't give you over.
Huh?
That doesn't get you over.
No.
Not anymore.
Exactly my point. Cora Jade actually put in the work. And hang on. And the fact that she's coming out and saying they body shamed her and Priscilla Kelly. Are you fucking kidding me? Go look at the shit.
I don't believe that. I don't think Shawn Michaels would do that. I feel like it's not named Paul Levesque, probably Bruce Pritchard. That is
probably Pritchard, and could be somebody under Matt Bloom and Shawn.
I could see that. I can see Bruce Pritchard, Matt Shawn, or Matt.
I could see the underlings under the big guys doing it, but not the head guys because they know what's what.
Shawn and Triple H respect one another and respects their locker room. That's the deal. Absolutely. And they're around people like Stephanie McMahon that has engraved that in the business since the women's evolution. It's about respecting who the fuck you have now, Yeah.
It's got to be someone like Bruce or Michael Hayes. Got to be one of those guys. Or people
like I said.
I can see Michael Hayes.
Like I just said, though, Hunter, I think, also cut people because he looked at it and said, you know what? I hate to say this. I really do. But some talent, he couldn't clean that off of him.
No, absolutely not.
There was no way.
No.
Vince tainted them so goddamn bad.
Yeah. I think that's why Vince is so I think that's why he's secure about getting rid of the WWE as his ownership, is because he still has a part of the WWE there, and that is what gets under so many people's skin, is the fact that you do still have the like Triple H completely took out the bullshit named pay-per-views, the match type named pay-per-views like Extreme Rules, like Hell in a Cell, shit like that.
Yeah, which took long enough.
I'm fucking shocked we never had a last man standing pay-per-view or like WWE Iron Man.
Knowing Vince, he probably pitched it, and the others in the room told him, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" And
I believe it. I
guarantee. Here's what I guarantee. I guarantee you, Pritchard told them, "Are you trying to piss fans off and have them shit down your throat? Because that'll come."
It's not the first time he's done that shit intentionally.
Hang on, it's such good shit.
That's good shit. Oh,
that's good shit.
I want to see Nikita Lyons half naked shitting on Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, bring back Trish.
Where's shit in a bucket? Such good shit.
Where's
I want to see Lacey Evans as Raw Women's Champion, pal.
Where's Stacy Keebler? Yeah.
Ah, they're gonna puke. Ah, look at that six-pack from Roman Reigns. Yeah, they're gonna puke.
Don't just.
I know.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this between the two of us, the three of us actually. To me,
I
Vince
can't close the door.
Vince,
Damn it.
to me, Vince
My
shit the bed.
fiance's making fun of me.
Vince heavily shit the fucking bed.
Yep. He absolutely fucking did. And now Paul Levesque is cleaning the fucking mess that the scumbag, the pervert Vince left behind. And at least Triple H is cleaning, for the most part, he's cleaning it right now. It's still clean, but at least it's going in the right.
No, he's got way more than you think. I mean, let's finish up the rest of the show. What else?
But yeah,
yeah, we're having a
about all
long
night,
show
but
tonight.
the rest of the show. Yeah. Couple more things to talk about. Becky Lynch came out, cut a promo on Lyra Valkyria. I thought it was.
She pulled the John Cena. Call a spade a spade. She cried like a little bitch. Get over it.
Mm-hmm.
You got your ass whipped by the younger chick, and guess what? It got proven, Becky.
Yeah,
I'm still not
a big fan of Becky Lynch as a heel, but it was all right, I guess.
I don't like the veteran victim mindset. I don't like because there's too many of those. Cena, there's Charlotte. There was
please, Charlotte acting like a little
Randy at one point
on SmackDown. I wanted to reach right through that TV, smack her upside the head, and go,
dude, Charlotte said her and Tiffany had the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history. You should have seen me on the live stream last week with Mitch with the SmackDown watch party, Eric. I sat there just like fucking laughing my ass off, like, and for the wrong reasons, by the way.
Oh, like, I saw some of it. I will tell you, I was like, I know he's fucking dying right now.
It's like comedy hour with fucking Charlotte. Like, is she that fucking delusional, or is she that fucking delusional? Like, and you wonder why people can't fucking stand Charlotte, me included.
No offense, I will say this. I don't think it has anything to do with Rick. I think she's had it hard trying to live up to it. I mean, she's built her own thing, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, she does want to play the victim mentality, and I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's go away heat for Charlotte. It's not real genuine heat. That's the thing. Like,
I know.
People genuinely don't want to see Charlotte on their TV screens. We had her off TV since Mania. Like, why do we need to see her on Friday?
This is almost to the point.
I think it's a locker room thing. Just like why? Like, I think it's a matter of like maybe the women's division wants her there for advice and shit, but
things have honestly passed her by. Honestly, they don't really need her anymore. With the women being called up from NXT, they really don't need Charlotte anymore. Things have even passed by somewhat. I feel.
I feel like, to a degree, I have to agree with Florius here.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Nick, did you see my new name?
What new name?
I kind of poked it in.
What the hell happened to Phyro Productions, bro?
Mitch, save us all.
Well, shit. My name's Bingo now. I've been killing it.
I was good. I would turn around and go, wait a minute, but that's beside the point.
Wrong platform.
Exactly.
But yeah, we then go.
Charlotte has been left behind. So is Becky. The only thing I want to see is Bayley get Becky and whoop her ass. I have my reason.
Yeah, and when you call it more, and when the people in NXT, the women in NXT, get called up, and others from the outside bring on in, it's like we don't really need the horsewomen there anymore. Things will be just fine without them.
I mean, keep Bayley around, but
definitely Bayley.
Hold up.
She is like she's a locker room leader for the women, by the way.
Exactly. By the way, did you hear the rant that Baron Corbin went off on when they fucked her over at WrestleMania?
I did see that.
Oh, you thought LaGreca went off. I didn't know Baron Corbin had that shit in him.
Baron Corbin.
No, but like, who did he go off on?
On
He went
Bailey
off
being
on
left off
Hunter.
WrestleMania.
He
Because I
went
think
off on
because
Hunter for fucking
Becky
Bailey
Lynch
over.
needed a return.
Yeah, that's true. I think Bailey
He
should have
went
gotten
off
that
on
second
Hunter
spot.
for fucking Bailey out of being at WrestleMania for Becky's big return. He went off.
I know. I mean, at least she was informed in advance, but I mean, she
Doesn't
could
matter.
have been on the card.
She should have been.
She
I'm gonna tell you
was
this.
fucked over. I'm sorry.
No disrespect to Joe Hendry, I believe should have been Cross. You were in Las Vegas.
I don't know. I don't think Cross is as over as Joe Hendry, and I think that was really good for Joe Hendry. Like, I don't
It
think
was good
Cross.
for Joe Hendry, but you know what? Cross is the problem is you still clean up the old man's shit off of him. And that's taking a little longer than expected. But I know Hunter's being patient. He's doing what he's doing to piss Cross off. Because if he's playing what I think he's playing, Cross is going to say, fuck Carrion. I'm bringing back the killer. I'm bringing back Lucha Underground Cross.
That's what he's trying to do.
That's what he wants.
You could.
That's what he's slowly doing with all these promos and fucking with everybody's heads. Like, he's still going to be fucking with people's heads, but at the same time, we're going to get NXT fucking Cross, but mixed.
No,
with
we're going to get no.
And
You're going to
he's
get
getting
Lucha
over too,
Underground.
just like Dominic. Cross is also getting over.
Yeah.
You're
going to get Lucha Underground Cross. That's a level that this fan base is not prepared.
But is he going to stay heel? Because I would love to see face Dom versus heel Cross. I would love
maybe.
Or the other way around, man. Either way, man. It's something.
I don't think the other way around would work. I think Cross needs to stay as a heel.
Cross has always said he's a natural heel. He has very seldom ever done the babyface thing, but it's in certain situations where it makes sense, like with the wife.
Yeah, maybe a face for Cross down the line, but maybe not now, especially if they're turning Dominic face, which they may. I feel like Dominic Cross, which one's getting the more?
I think they're going to screw Liv. I think they're going to screw Liv because once again, Balor was in the background talking to Rock.
Yes, it's funny you said that, Eric. I think
I saw the photo.
I think Dominic gets kicked out instead of Balor, but not just Dominic, Liv and Raquel, and they get replaced with Roxanne and Julia.
Yeah, but
I didn't even think of that moments ago.
The Judgment Day faction has ran its course. Enough is enough.
They need to just kill the Judgment Day. Maybe just change the name.
No, I have an idea, but it's one I don't think anybody's going to like.
What is it?
Street Trash?
No, this is what you do. If I'm the booker. Judgment Day has ran its course.
Correct.
You fuck. Here's what you do. You jump attack Dominic. That's going to summon Dad. It's going to summon the LWO. Dominic at first is going to push him away because he's still being a. But the more they keep on the attack on the Judgment Day, he's going to realize, wait a minute, what have I done? Finn's going to go to hit him. Duck, kick, chair, busts the shit out of Finn, beats the hell out of Carlito, who doesn't have nothing but bullshit, tells the girls, go with my father, looks at Ray and goes, we're going to talk, grabs a microphone and goes, you motherfucker. 4 years. 4 years. We've done this shit. And you stabbed me. Okay, you cocksucker. I challenge you, you fuckface piece of shit. I don't care what the pay-per-view is. But here's the rub. He goes, I don't want this bitch, Finn Balor. You bring me the Demon King, you bastard. Let's see if you can hang. Dirty Dom versus the Demon. If you still got the scroll. And then for good measure, clock him with the belt and go, hey, Finn. If you can still summon the demon, if you got the huevos, whatever the pay-per-view is, bring them. And I'll do what Roman couldn't. Put him out of his misery.
Well,
that's how you kill the Judgment Day. You finish off JD, you finish off Carlito, just Don't have JD break a lung or drop a lung. I'm just saying. That's how you do it. Finish off Finn. Put him out of his misery.
Yeah. So we move on to now they had a Rusev video package, which, by the way, he beat Otis last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Rusev, I don't know how they're going to do with maybe the Redeemer gimmick. I mean, he just came back.
I hope not.
Well, you know what I would do with Rusev? I would put him in a tag team with Sheamus, who, by the way, was backstage with Adam Pearce and Alpha Academy. Because Sheamus because hear me out, Sheamus and Rusev are good friends. They're good friends.
That I agree.
That would work. It's like almost like the bar with Sheamus and Cesaro. It could work. Plus, Raw needs tag teams as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sheamus is a babyface. Rusev's a heel.
I know.
You really want to go through that shit?
I know, but
that's not easy. That is tricky as hell. You and I know that. We'll know that. That is not easy to do.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Maybe who knows what they have in store. But we do have the Raw matches announced for next week of South Carolina for Raw next week. They start the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. I feel like tonight was all right. Wasn't bad, but I feel like it was the setup for Raw next week, which start like I think Raw wasn't bad, but it's like with the build to Money in the Bank, Raw wasn't bad tonight, but it's like I think it's set up for next week, and it's gonna set up
right
next week because next week start Money in the Bank qualifying matches as well as Sheamus versus Grayson Waller, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker 9 title match like we mentioned earlier in the show, and then AJ and Penta versus Finn Balor and Jey Uso, which actually is not bad, so I'm looking forward to that. I think they also said the Money in the Bank qualifiers start this Friday on SmackDown, but on the Raw side, it's also next week. So I'm assuming the next 3 weeks of build for Money in the Bank, we're going to get just qualifiers going into the show, which I think is nice. And I don't know how many participants, I want to get your quick take on this, guys, before we talk about the main event and wrap up. How many participants do you see for the men and the women Money in the Bank matches, 6 or 8?
Say that again.
6 or 8 participants for the men's and women's Money in the Banks.
Ooh.
Depends on the roster.
Exactly. It depends on who you're going with.
It depends on how much you can afford, too. Like, how many people can you really fill on the roster? Usually we'll see the All-Star where they'll put 8, or sometimes you will see the traditional 6. But I think for this year, how many did they have last year? Because they're probably not going to go
6,
too crazy. They'll probably go with 6.
Yeah,
it's not going to be that fucking massive. It can't be. Like, they can't pay that many wrestlers in one show in the middle of July. I mean, in the middle of the year. Like, they already do that with Mania. They're about to have 2 nights for SummerSlam. I don't think that the budget could probably handle it, but realistically, they're making budget cuts, releasing wrestlers. They're trying to make bigger shows. They're trying to hire more celebrities. I think they're probably going to just try to make it the easier route and go ahead and just let them let them have a 6.
Yeah. Plus, they're bringing wrestlers up from NXT, but I would assume probably 6 participants for each, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown for the men and for the women, I'm assuming. So I don't know who will be in these qualifiers for the Raw side. I'm assuming Roxanne Perez, Julia, at least will be 2 of them. I expect them to qualify. Liv Morgan should probably be back around the time. I would not be surprised if she also qualifies. So we'll see. But we move on to the main event. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, Io Sky Women's Champion and Rhea Ripley both got a nice pop versus Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, and the Beautiful Madness, Julia. They wrestled in the main event. They had some nice video packages throughout the show as well. Roxanne and Julia, I thought, did well against Rhea and Io. We had Rhea and Io win this match. I felt like Julia and Roxanne would probably was hoping Roxanne and Julia would win, but they didn't do it. I was hoping one of them pins Rhea, but after the teaser we saw at the end of the show, after Rhea and Io won, and Rhea stared at Io's women's world title, I'm thinking at Money in the Bank we get Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, the rematch, proper rematch for the women's world title. I think for Money in the Bank, I can't see Rhea in a Money in the Bank qualifier because of what they teased at the end of Raw tonight.
Oh yeah, there's no way she's going to be in a qualifier. She's definitely going to be. I agree.
And I
agree.
Yep, and I think this is where Io retains as well because I think
Edmonton.
Because I think after Money in the Bank, Bianca Belair should be back around. I could probably see Rhea and Bianca feud after Money in the Bank. Maybe they have a draft, they move Rhea to SmackDown because after Rhea loses to Io at Money in the Bank, there's nothing left for Rhea Ripley to do on Raw. I feel like there's anyone that needs to change the scenery and move to SmackDown if they do a draft this summer, it's Rhea Ripley. And have her feud with Bianca. Have her feud with Bianca.
I mean, no offense, but the feud with Bianca is kind of like we've been there, we did that. You know what I mean?
They did kind of tease the Mania build. I mean, probably because I don't know what Triple H has in store for those two ladies, but I mean, because Triple H loves those girls, but
well, yeah, of course.
But man, Rhea and Io, Money in the Bank. Hey, listen, I'm okay with it. I don't mind it, and it should be a good one. And I feel like they built to that nicely. I don't think one of them's going heel. Don't worry, guys. But I thought this was nice for what it was. I wish Julia and Roxanne won, but maybe Roxanne's what? She's like 25 years old. She'll be just fine. Julia will be okay.
She's 23, 24 now.
Yeah, she'll be just fine. Same thing with Julia. I thought all four ladies looked good, but I expect Roxanne and Julia to be in the Money in the Bank qualifiers. I expect them both to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think one of those two will win because I'm thinking Naomi to win, but I would be shocked if Roxanne and Julia are not in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which I expect them to be in it. But I enjoyed the main event for what it was. Other than I thought Julia and Roxanne should have won. Other than that, I thought all four ladies looked pretty good here. What do you think, guys?
All four women put on a show. I mean, you got what you expected out of Mommy and Io. As far as Julia is concerned, I'm shocked she's on the main roster. But again, that's a catch-22. I'm not because of who she is and what she's capable of. Also, at the same time, it's not rushed. It was generic. I'll be interested to see what they'll do. Roxanne should have been called up over a year and a half ago.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely.
So before we close this out, first and foremost, Hunter, you fucking picked the wrong broad. You should have let go of Nikita, kept Cora Jade and called her to the main roster, or told her, you're going to be doing more shit with the crossover and TNA for a while. When I figure out how I'm going to bring you in, I'll bring you in. Okay? That's number one. Number two, the four women we saw tonight put on a hell of a great match. I was impressed. For me, I'm going to be honest. I think Julia should be the one that steps up to Io and takes it and challenges. I'm not saying disrespect to Mama Ripley. She's, hey boo hey, but that's beside the point. I just think that right now, as we sit here, Julia has some form of momentum that could play in her favor to at least put on a hell of a good shot.
Yeah. Maybe Julia takes it off of Io sometime down the line because I'm thinking, and they have Stephanie Becker and Jordan Grace at Battleground for the NXT Women's title. I'm thinking Jordan Grace wins it, and Stephanie Becker, she is more than ready for the main roster. She's so good and over. What if they at least to Julia taking the belt off Io Sky? Then maybe at WrestleMania next year in New Orleans for the women's world title, Julia versus Stephanie Becker, and Stephanie wins the women's world title next year.
I actually think it's going to be Stephanie at SmackDown. I think Stephanie's going to go to SmackDown and actually beat Tiffany Stratton for the women's world title. I mean, women's.
I would like to see Stephanie on SmackDown because that SmackDown women's division needs all the help they can fucking get.
That and also the
that's a
fact
fucking
Stephanie
wonderful
versus Tiffany, you have ass versus ass or ass versus tit.
Yeah, we got the Tiffy time and the left pinata.
This is literally the Vince McMahon. This is the Vince McMahon like dream match, basically.
This is the we're gonna play with our balls match. This is the Al Bundy scratching his nutsack.
Instead of Divas match gotta pee, it's Divas match gotta jerk.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it here first. Phyro Productions presents Divas.
And now he's no longer Bingo Productions. He's Yay! Oh my god! But
this has been a fun show tonight, yo.
Hell yeah! I mean, not a bad show with Raw tonight. I mean, it wasn't offensive, but I think it served as an appetizer to lead to Raw next week. Raw next week is definitely looking like a good show next week on Raw.
It was definitely like it was kind of like what it was in Kansas City, where it was just to introduce another like it was to introduce another story, basically. That's what I got out of it.
Hot Backlash pay-per-view or PLE, I would say, actually. But I mean, it was an all right Raw, but definitely is leading to should be a decent Raw, solid Raw next week, especially with the Money in the Bank qualifiers. And next week's Raw is looking pretty well stacked and should be a better show
for sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Absolutely. I just think. Oh, by the way, just so you know, if you're in the Kansas City or Little Rock area, tickets on sale for GCW. Friday, June 20th and Sunday, June 22nd.
Nice.
Were you targeting that on me?
Yes. You're welcome.
Well, I've got KCXW. It's KCXW Checkpoint Mayhem is actually coming up in Kansas City, Missouri. It's in Raytown, Missouri at it's the Extreme Wrestling Center in Raytown, Missouri. So I believe that it's the 18th. Yes, it will be this Sunday, folks. So get your tickets now at kcwrestling.com for all of your Kansas City Extreme Wrestling needs for tickets and other fun things you can find on the website.
And shout out to my old hometown Empire State Wrestling women's champion, Christina Marie. If you haven't seen this chick, I recommend you all look her up. She is that much of a badass. And if Christina sees this, you already know how at your fucking boy. We need to talk.
Yeah.
Somebody's been trying to get your ass on the show the last 2 fucking years, but Miss Popular is always busy.
Yeah. Like Pyro said, what a fun show, crazy show, fun show.
Raw was overall well done.
I'm mostly talking about this show.
I'm talking about this show. Sorry for the non-specificness, so I got to work on that. But
I will end it with this. I thought for a minute when Penta planted Gable, I thought he knocked him out. The way he landed, I'm like, oh, he's out. I wanted to pull a Debo and go, hey, Chad, you got knocked the fuck out, bitch.
Oh, man. But, yeah, that is the Raw Chaos coverage for Raw May the 12th of 2025, starting on the road to Money in the Bank for LA for June 7th, which should be a
Edmonton won 3-0. Fuck the Oilers.
They're going to win the cup, bro. They're winning the cup.
Dare jinx my goddamn team. You guys got robbed.
What's your team?
Vegas.
Oh, fuck the Golden Knights.
You got robbed.
I got the New York.
I know I got fucking robbed. We get robbed every goddamn year with the St. Louis Blues.
It should be us playing you.
I know. Fuck the Jets. I hate the fucking Jets. I hate the Blackhawks. I hate the Wild. I hate the motherfucking Golden Knights. I hate I hate all the motherfuckers. Okay, there's a reason. There's a reason. Relax. There's a reason. One, I hate the Raiders, and two, the very first Blues game I ever watched was against the Golden Knights, and you guys fucking smoked us. And ever since, y'all don't stop smoking us. So I am fucking tired
What the
of the
fuck
Golden
do you
Knights.
want from us, dude? It's
To quit being good.
up.
Fuck the
Up.
No, we want a cup,
I grew up
motherfucker.
I grew up a Sabres fan. What the fuck do you think?
What do you mean we step?
feel?
Wait, whoa! What do you mean step it up? We fucking won the cup the next year. That next year we won the goddamn cup. I don't want to hear it.
Well, we won one too, motherfucker. So shut the fuck
I
up.
know. Fuck you. Fuck your
What's
goddamn
the
Golden
point of
Knights.
this cup?
I made a vow. Other than the Celtics, I made a vow that I would hate every team that is in Minnesota, Vegas, and in the Rhode Island area or the Boston area. Other than the
you're
fucking
really
Celtics.
gonna hate what I'm about to tell you, then.
Oh God, is it Minnesota? Because I'm a
Hold on.
Packers fan. I'm a Chiefs fan, but I'm also a Packers fan.
Nope, it had nothing to do with football or hockey. It has to do with baseball.
Oh, don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare say you're a Twins fan.
Hell no.
Red Sox?
No.
The Oakland A's?
Braves, baby.
You motherfucker.
I'm a Yankees fan.
You motherfucker. Or I'm gonna speak it in your fucking language for your New York Boston bullshit. You motherfucker.
Hang on, I'll tell you what it is.
I've been watching Ted lately.
All right, Phyro, I'll tell you what it is.
Anyways,
So
Hold on, let Eric say.
I went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago to celebrate my 40th.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Vegas is about to get another sport added to its city.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're building the Diamond 2 blocks from Mandalay Bay.
Oh, they're already building the stadium?
Dude, yeah.
Damn.
And it gets better. With the Mirage Casino having gone out of business, Hard Rock bought it and is going to blow the building later this year so that when they remodel and rebuild, it's going to be shaped like the guitar hotels like it is in Tampa and Fort Lauderdale in Florida. Big ass fucking casino gaming floor with a 40 or 50 table.
You know what's funny about that though? I've hated the Oakland A's before they even moved to Vegas. Fuck the Oakland A's.
Oakland A's suck a big donkey dick.
Yes, but the fucked up part about it is there's an unwritten rivalry with the Royals. I'm a Royals fan.
Yeah.
And there's an unwritten rivalry going on with that. Like they are.
Trust me, I know.
Like the MLB will never acknowledge it, but we fucking hate each other to the point where it's almost like the Twins.
Fuck the Edmonton Oilers with a rusty spoon.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
See, but like,
fuck the Jets while we're at it.
Fuck the Jets. I will agree with that. Fuck the Jets.
Side note, before we get out of here, I do want to
get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here. But before we do, I do want to ask one final question.
What's that?
And this is one that I think, with the releases, who shocked you the most? Who was the most shocked?
Cora Jade.
Okay.
Because she was really having a comeback coming, and I think she had so much more to offer.
Well,
I do agree. But who, other than Cora Jade, name one other?
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman does not shock me at all. His injuries.
Because he was recently in a last man standing with Jacob
But
Fatu,
his body,
I will say,
but with his body lately, he's not
Fatu over to where he needs to be.
Yeah, but his body is not holding up as well as I would expect.
Yeah.
The one that threw me for a loop, I won't lie, because she's getting talked to by AEW, is Dakota Kai.
I wasn't shocked. They weren't using her.
I was shocked about it because I was
and she was injured.
Battled back from all these injuries.
Yeah,
I never really saw much in her. I'll be honest. Dakota Kai just didn't have character.
The Dakota Kai we got wasn't the Dakota Kai I remember in the Indies and in
That's
Shine.
true. That's definitely the truth.
We did not get the Dakota Kai from Shimmer because, well, the Walt Disney off of Temu and how he controlled shit.
Do you think that she was another one of those like Vince stench wrestlers?
To a degree, yeah.
Like, do
Not
you think
saying it.
that she was definitely like a part of the Vince system, not the Triple H system?
Here's what I think. It's just my opinion. I think overall, here's what went wrong. Before we wrap up, two things. Core Jade got fucked, and not in the good way. Not the
It's
way
a really
Braun
good way
Breaker
to be
used
fucked.
to do it. Not the way Braun Breaker was at one point. Jealous bastard. I digress. Two, I think for Dakota, and this applies also to Tegan Knox and a couple others. I think what went wrong was Vince called them up way too fucking fast
Yeah.
and then went, oh shit, what the fuck do I do?
I think it was desperation too, because the women's tag team division was fucked. And then you have
He
Damage
didn't know what
Control.
to do.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do, but he also, I think that's where the panic button, and that's what we're seeing now with the panic button, with the fact that Selena Vega's a U.S. women's champion, even though
No,
she
you
hasn't
want to know
done a
why they put
fucking
it on
thing.
her? You want to know why I think Hunter finally
I
pulled
think
it?
it's the Triple A. I think it's Triple H. Or
Bigger
Triple
than
A.
that. Bigger than that.
What is it?
I think because he finally realized, oh fuck, she got over. I didn't see that coming. She finally got herself to a place where she challenged Rhea in Puerto Rico and got a fucking standing ovation. She put in the work. She finally had the right moment with Chelsea for Hunter to go, okay, here we go. I'm not saying hubby coming back wasn't a little bit of an extra boost, but it was. Because I'm going to say this. I better fucking get it. I'm going to say the match, and you'll all know what I'm thinking. This man is 0-2 against Aleister Black. He's never beaten him. Couldn't beat him in his debut at TakeOver, and then a year later couldn't beat him and lost the NXT Championship. Who am I thinking of? Zelina Vega's former associate.
Andrade.
Bingo. I want one more to let Andrade have that W. And I'll tell you why. That rivalry reminds you of what? I'll give you a clue. 15, 17, 19.
Rockin' awesome.
Bullseye.
I'm on a fucking streak today.
I want it. Hunter, you give me that. Fuck you. I'll give you my money.
You should give me like a trivia, at some point on a show. You should give me like a trivia show because I would fucking kill it.
I have a funny feeling we're gonna have to talk to Mitch about this.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
Mitch-
mean, Mitch is already doing one with what show was he talking about? There's a show where they're doing a trivia show, but we should definitely do one ourselves as well.
That'll be something we could talk about during the summer. Because during the summer, I'll be doing random every other week for watch parties with AEW. But for the most part, most of the time during the summer, I also enjoy myself. So that way I can, because I'll tell you all this, directing and producing can be draining.
Dude, I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking know. As a filmmaker and as a pro wrestling director, I know. Like a live show director, dude, I know. It's
But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's that time of night.
It is definitely time.
Absolutely, yeah.
I want to steal Tony Schiavone's line. We're desperately out of time. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit the like on the video. Subscribe
Like, man.
to
Subscribe.
Hardcore Sports, Furious Nation, and Over the Top Rope podcast.
And before we get out of here, I do want to spill the tea on this week's show. So I will be on location. I'm not going to tell you where, but bring some sunscreen and a beach towel. Use your mind, if you will.
Nice.
We're going to honor and discuss Sabu and his final match in GCW. Could that have led to him passing away? We're going to strike gold we're going to talk about Giselle Shaw finally striking gold in MLPW. And in the second half of the show, I am going to go over the career of the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, death-defying Sabu. But our main event, my electric chair, my moment of zen, my roasting segment, Jonathan Coachman, for the sins you said against Bailey. The thickness. Oh, sorry, I got a little. Coach, you're gonna face me, you son of a bitch. Your ass belongs to me. I'm strapping you in, mister. I got thrown through the wall by DX and had a man thong on before getting spray painted on my ass. So, Baldy, strap in, because you need an enema. This Saturday, 6 Eastern, 5 Central. It'll be live on the OTTR. But for now, like, share, and subscribe. Hardcore Sports, OTTR.
Yes.
We're taking over. We're changing the game, baby. Phyro,
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, Eric, and thank you for having
Always.
the merger this coming summer.
Yes.
It is going to be a fun summer for us, folks. WrestleMania 2 on my channel for my stop motion EHW show is going to be coming up. First match tomorrow should be Sandman and his partner of his choice, and Paul Heyman's choice.
Send me that freaking link too, dude.
Oh, I will. Oh, I will. And y'all better be ready for that link as well, because it's going to be on my Twitter. It's going to be on my Facebook and Instagram. Sandman and his mystery partner is going to go against Stone Cold and Randy Orton and a Tornado Tag Extreme Rules tag team match. Along with that, we are going to have more on WrestleMania. Check out the card. I should have the card out. I have the card out basically, but I want it on its own separate video. Other than that, look for more fun stuff going on my channel. Furious Nation also going to have some fun stuff. We're going to have some great things with Queens of the Ring coming up for this channel. Thursday show with, I believe, Nick and
Joe and Mitch.
Solid.
Joe and it's Joe and Mitch. Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
Hot takes and headlocks.
Yep. And then Eric as well with the Wrestling Asylum. We're gonna have a lot of fun things coming this summer, but that's gonna be it.
We got the SmackDown watch party with your favorite SmackDown duo, myself and Mitch. This Friday SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 more
this summer
SmackDowns, and then, but
yep, no Flurious. Finish your thought. I'll tell
and then we got the upcoming Saturday night's main event watch party. Mitch and I will be on there. NXT Battleground watch long. Myself and Adam Carl, the 2 favorite duo of the Forbidden Podcast, which we had episode 3 last Saturday. Go check that out. So that is also coming Memorial Day weekend for NXT Battleground. So look forward to that as well. And we got, I'll tell you, we got the quite busy May, probably the busiest May in
long time.
And I mean, I don't think we'll discuss May 19th, but that's a story for another day.
Shut the fuck up.
I just recently met the guys, so you guys are gonna get me in trouble if I say it.
I met him 10 years ago, so trust me, I know.
He's a fun guy.
Oh,
he's my favorite. He's my all-time favorite. It was actually.
But I will say this:
busy month of May.
If
a lot of
you're
great things.
Paying attention to social
Mayhem.
media. Do I got your attention now? The asylum is about to go through an upgrade. What new twists and turns in my lovely home? All I'm going to say is this. For the last almost 4 years, you've seen me in the makeup. But now you meet the fan behind the makeup. But you're just never going to know when Mr. J decides to go into fuck you mode and show up. That's going to be the fun. But like the guy said, this is going to be a hell of a summer.
Hell yeah. Hell of a May, hell of a summer. Great things to look forward to. And guys,
you're all invited.
Absolutely.
And remember, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Suck that.
Or we can go
Yes,
full on
time to
Grimm's
go,
Toy
gentlemen.
Show and eat it. Yeah.
Eat it.
And we get
Yeah.
out of here, guys.
All right, yeah, we're all
Thank
getting
you,
on
guys.
out here. Subscribe to us, the Wrestling Asylum, Phyro Productions, and Furious Nation. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't miss out the rest of the week for the Hardcore Sports Network. And yeah, stuff such as whatnot. Don't forget the whatnot. Have a good one.
The Gays for coming. Peace out. Getting out of here. Have a good night.
Work it out,